I built a stock trading bot. Here's how much money I made. So I've been seeing a lot of talk recently about technical analysis, which is basically trading in and out of different stock positions based on technical indicators within the stock price. Things like candlesticks, wedges, flags, all these different indicators supposedly can give you insight into where the stock price is going to go next. Now, I've always dismissed technical trading. I think in the past I've called it horoscopes for stock traders. Now, don't get me wrong, I still think that's true, but at the same time, I don't think I should dismiss it without at least trying it first. So I'm going to try to build my own stock trading bot using different technical analysis strategies that I can find online, and maybe see whether or not technical analysis actually has some value. So hit the like button if you want, and let's just jump into building a bot. So to build this idea, my first thought was to just find some kind of APIs where I could interact with my broker and then pull in data from online and then use that to create different trading algorithms. Then I realized that it's 2021 and somebody's already done all that work for me, so I found this platform called NinjaTrader, which is going to be what I'm using today. Now, this video is not sponsored by them. I don't have any affiliation with them. This is just one platform that I found. I'm sure there's other ones out there that are just as good. So the first thing that we need to do is get some data flowing into this application. So first, let me create a chart. I'm going to select the S&P 500 as the instrument. I could also, if I wanted to, look at Forex, futures, the NASDAQ. I could even do cryptocurrency in here. But let's just stick with the S&P 500 for now. So I could pay for a real-time data feed from a brokerage or from some third-party service, but by using the data feed that comes for free with NinjaTrader, I can avoid all those expenses, and for the sake of this video, I think it still accomplishes basically the same goal. The only drawback is the only free data feed that comes with NinjaTrader is basically just the price of the S&P 500 at the end of each trading day. So I'm going to pick the price based on the last day. I had no idea what these other settings were, so I just set them to the default. And there we go. So here's all the closing prices for the S&P 500 over the past year. I'm going to use this data to try to figure out some kind of strategy I can use to make trades into the market that will hopefully make me more money than it loses me. So the first thing I need to do is create a new trading strategy. So I'll go to the strategy builder here. What are we going to call this? Let's call this first strategy. We're just testing this out. I can spell strategy. Click next. Okay, so when do we want to do this calculation? I think we're going to do it on each tick. Click next. Okay, any input parameters? So at this point, I need to go and find what strategy I'm actually going to be using for this. So let's go find that. So this website looks like it already has a bunch of pre-built strategies, so I might look at one of these. What is the Renko strategy? Okay, so based on that 40 seconds of research I just did, I think that we can use this strategy. So let me try downloading this. Let me sign my life away. Awesome, it's imported, so let's check it out. Okay, so it looks like that didn't actually import any strategy, so now I have to figure out what I just installed. No Renko here. It's a good thing they have YouTube videos here to explain how to actually do this. So I got the actual strategy imported. So now I can go to the strategy analyzer and I can use some data in here to back test this strategy against historical data, see how well it works. Let's go into the strategy analyzer. In here, I'm going to use a regular back test against the Renko strategy. I think I can leave all of these as defaults. Let me set my data series to the S&P 500 since that's the only data I have. And then let's run this for an entire year. So I wonder if these particular strategies need more data than I'm giving them, or maybe they just don't work on a daily basis. Let me try it again, running it for like 5 years. Okay, so I never actually got the Renko trading to work. I think that it doesn't really work on a daily basis. So instead I went to this different strategy here called the mean reversion swing trading strategy. This looks like it's based on an article that someone wrote. I can look this up. All right, so I Googled around a little bit and I found this here. It looks like this was a strategy made by some guy named Ken Calhoun. This seems pretty simple. All he's doing is looking for 50% pullbacks in strong trends, pretty vague on what that means. And then once the price starts to go back in the direction that the trend was in before, you enter the trade. At this point, I really had no idea what this strategy actually meant. I spent a little while trying to read it before saying, screw it. Let's just run it and see what happens. So I ran the trading strategy for the MRST. I ran it over a 5-year period from April 21st, 2015 all the way through 2021. And here's what I got. In total, I made a profit of $69.25 with some of that going to taxes. In total, I only made 15 trades over that entire period, with 6.67% of those being profitable. So 7 out of the 15 trades lost me money, 7 of the trades were just even, they didn't make or lose me money, and then 1 of the trades made money. So I guess that 1 trade ended up making up for all the rest of them. Now I should say here that the amount invested in each trade is the equivalent to whatever the S&P 500 was trading at the time. So probably a little over $4,000 in most trades. My average time in the market was 3.6 days over that time. My profit per month was $1. And the max time it took me to recover was 1,773 days. So it seems like this method is not only extremely volatile, but maybe I just kind of got lucky, since 1 trade out of 15 kind of just seems like random noise. It's really hard to say that that's a strategy. Now that could just be because I'm running this against stock trades on a daily basis instead of intraday. Maybe this works better if I trade based on the minute rather than the day. So if I run this just over the past 1 year, it doesn't make any trades at all. I guess it's too short of a time period. But let's now see if I can make my own strategy that can beat this over a long time period using the daily trading strategy. And I'm just going to do something really simple. So we go into Strategy Builder, I'll create a new strategy. I'm going to call this To the Moon. We can do it on bar close. We don't want to exit the session. Everything else we can leave as default. Okay, so let's make up our trading strategy. So these are different conditions and actions that we can set up. So if all of these conditions are true, what should we do? So let me add something here. I'll make it so that if the price close from 5 bars ago is less than the current price. So if the price from 5 ticks ago, which in this case would be 5 days ago, is less than the current price, we're gonna buy. Now that's just one thing. So if we do that, anytime the price goes up over a 5-day period, we're gonna buy into the market. We don't just wanna keep buying forever, so let me set up a sell signal. So I'll just do the opposite. If the stock price drops after 5 days, we'll sell. There we go. Okay, now at this point, I can also enter stop loss and profit targets. I'm not gonna go into that here, but let's just view the code that I just created. And here we go. So all that clicking I was just doing in the UI really was just generating code in the back end. And if I want to, I can go in and edit this code manually. So let me just go through this real quick and make sure everything looks okay. All right, so it looks like there's one issue here, but I'm gonna correct that now. All right, there we go, that looks good. So now we have our own strategy created, which is just dead simple. All we do is if the chart is positive over a 5-day period, we buy in, and if it's negative, we sell. I guess this would be some kind of momentum trading. So now we can go and we can run our strategy analyzer against this strategy and compare it to the MSRT strategy that we found online. So let's go to Strategy Analyzer. Okay, we're going to change this to the Moon strategy. Let's change this start date to match what we did before. So let's first run it over a 1-year period. So remember, for the MSRT, it didn't make any trades, so the profit was $0 over a 1-year period. So if we run this To the Moon run, okay, so we made a net profit of $273.03 over a 1-year period using this method. Our gross profit was way higher, but we just made a ton of trades. In total, we made 21 trades. 11 of those were winning and 10 of them were losing trades. So in total, we came out profitable in this one, unlike with the MSRT. The main reason was because when we won big, and when we lost a little bit less. So on average, a winning trade was making $67, while a losing trade only lost $46. So now let's change this to look at a 15-year period, similar to what we did with MSRT. So over a 5-year period, our total profit was $481. And in total, we made 151 trades, and we actually, on average, were losing. So now let's just try one more thing. Let's just see how much this would have made us in 2021, starting from January 1st up until now. So if we run that, we get a total profit of $197.04 off of 5 trades, with 4 of those being winning trades and 1 of those being losing trades. So obviously there's no real analysis behind this strategy. This is just saying, hey, if it goes up, I'm gonna buy, and if it goes low, I'm gonna sell, which kind of goes against the saying to buy low and sell high. Really what we're doing here is we're buying high and selling low, yet we still managed to make money, which I think just goes to show that in a bull market, it's really easy to make money even if you don't have any real strategy. So all the data that I'm using here is just simulated data based on previous data in the S&P 500. I can't actually make live trades because I'd have to pay an additional fee to unlock that in this platform. If I look here, I can actually see how much that is. It's gonna cost me over $700 to actually link this to my brokerage account and make live trades. So it's a big chunk of money, and it's a lot more than I would have made in profits off of the strategy strategies that I was using. And then also, if you want to use some kind of data feed that's a little bit quicker than just the one-day closing prices that I was using, you're gonna have to pay for that too. So what did we learn from all this? Well, we learned that it's actually pretty easy to make your own strategy using the tools that are out there, but it's also really hard to make a strategy that's any good. I definitely think that just going online and Googling different strategies and then trying to run them probably isn't a great way to make money. So I think that you'd really have to dive into the weeds of technical analysis before you could really tell if there's anything there and if it's actually possible to make substantial amounts of money this way over a long time period. As for me, even though I am into technology and programming, I don't think that I'm gonna get too much into this. I think that instead I'll probably just stick to investing in companies that I think are gonna do well. But let me know if you have any suggestions on other videos I can do with this type of technology. Maybe I could do one on trading cryptocurrencies. Just let me know in the comments. With that said, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.